They told you life was solid, concrete, certain, predictable. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. A world of clocks and routines. Bills through the letterbox. Traffic lights blinking red at midnight for nobody at all. People rushing as if speed itself proves existence. But sometimes, usually late at night, when the television is silent and the world loosens its grip, something slips through the cracks. A feeling. Not fear, exactly. Recognition. Like you. Been here before. Like this entire life is balanced on something deeper you were never meant to fully remember. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the atmosphere before anyone spoke? Felt tension hanging in the air like static electricity? How does the body know? Or stared at someone across the street and they turned immediately, as if some invisible thread connected both minds. Science calls some of these things coincidence. Pattern recognition, psychological bias, but coincidence begins to feel thin after enough experiences. Because life, at times, behaves less like a machine and more like a dream pretending to be physical. Think about memory. You can remember being 7 years old, a smell, a winter morning, rain on a school window. But where is that child now? Gone. The body changed. The cells replaced themselves. The mind transformed 1,000 times over. Yet something remained. Something watched the entire process unfold. The observer. And nobody can explain what that truly is. Not completely. You are told consciousness comes from the brain. Electrical signals firing through biological tissue. But that explanation is strangely incomplete. Because neurons may explain reaction, yet they do not explain experience. Why does awareness exist at all? Why is there something behind your eyes instead of darkness? Some philosophers believed reality itself may be constructed through observation. That consciousness is not inside the universe, but woven into it. Others believe this world is a kind of test, a temporary layer, a veil. Ancient cultures spoke of illusion constantly. The Hindus called it Maya, a grand appearance masking deeper truth. Plato described prisoners chained inside a cave, watching shadows on a wall, believing shadows were reality itself. And today, perhaps the cave simply became digital. Screens glowing in dark rooms, endless scrolling, advertisements telling people who they should become. Modern life keeps humanity distracted with noise because silence is dangerous. Silence makes people question things. Who am I? Why am I here? What happens when all of this ends? Most people avoid those questions, not because they are foolish, but because deep down they sense the answers may change everything. There are moments in life when the illusion weakens. Standing alone in a forest at dusk, watching fog move across empty hills, sitting beside someone dying, hearing old floorboards creak in a silent house at 2 a.m. In those moments, the world no longer feels ordinary. It feels thin, as if reality itself has edges. And beyond those edges, something waits patiently. Maybe that feeling is meaningless, or maybe humanity has spent thousands of years trying to ignore what intuition whispers naturally, that we are more than flesh moving through random time. Think carefully. Everything you call life is processed inside your mind. Color, sound, taste, touch. The brain translates frequencies into experience, meaning you never truly see reality directly. You see an interpretation, a rendering, like a biological interface between you and something incomprehensibly vast. And if that is true, then certainty becomes impossible. Maybe reality is physical. Maybe it is spiritual. Maybe it is both. Maybe death is an ending. Or maybe it is waking up. The strange thing is, most people spend their entire lives terrified of losing everything. Yet none of it was theirs, permanently to begin with. Not the body, not the money, not the status. Everything borrowed, everything temporary. And perhaps that is why certain moments feel more real than others. A quiet conversation, rain against glass, the smell of timber and steel, music echoing through an empty room, the feeling of being fully present for just a few seconds. Maybe reality is not found in the noise of the world, but in the spaces between it. The moments where the performance stops, where you stop pretending, and simply observe. Maybe that observer, The silent awareness behind your entire life is the real mystery humanity has avoided all along. Not what is out there in the stars, but what is looking through your eyes right now.